Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you wherever you are in the world. Welcome to my channel. My name is Meg and I am a fully qualified yoga teacher. Today is day 5 of my Fresh Start Yoga 30 Days to a Healthier You challenge. Today we're going to be doing another flow. We did our first flow yesterday, a gentle, beginner-friendly vinyasa. Today is another vinyasa flow. We're focusing on opening the chest, opening the heart. This is going to be a lovely, lovely flow, especially first thing in the morning or last thing at night. You don't really need anything to practice this. If you've got a good quality yoga mat, that is always what I recommend. It helps, especially in vinyasa, for the mat to stop slipping out from underneath you. It helps with grip, so it means that your poses are a little bit easier and a bit stronger to do. You can use blocks and straps as well if it feels better and more comfortable for you, but they're not a necessity. And when you're ready, we will get started. We're going to begin today's class lying all the way down onto our backs. We're going to start into a fish pose or supported fish pose. So if your back is maybe a little bit uncomfortable, grab yourself a cushion, grab yourself a block, and you'll place it behind you and slowly melt over the block with your back, coming into your supported fish pose. You can always bend the knees here as well if it feels a little bit more comfortable, or you can straighten the legs out, coming into that supported fish pose. If you don't have a block or a cushion, or if your back's a little bit stronger, we're just going to come into our normal fish pose. So we're going to lie all the way down. Maybe start with slightly bent legs just to help you, and I like to walk and kind of lift my chest up towards the ceiling. My elbows sometimes help, so I'll push them down into the ground to lift my chest up high, and then place the hands down. The legs are coming down into your fish pose or supported fish pose. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the chest up high. We'll take a deep breath in here and out. Inhale and exhale. As you breathe in, really think about opening up through the chest and lifting it up high towards the sky. And we'll let the chest relax back down, let the shoulder blades separate apart, tuck the tailbone under, bring the back to neutral. Let's walk the feet in and we'll hug the knees in towards the chest. Bring the feet down. And we're going to come up into a cross-leg seat. Let's start our flow for today. So the hands are coming underneath the shoulders, and we're going to roll over the tops of the knees and the shins. We're going to start in our down dog. If you can't roll over your knees and your shins, absolutely fine. Just meeting us in down dog, in tabletop even, however it feels best for you. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. We're going to flex the toes, take the bum back towards the heels, lift the knees, and then lifting all the way up into your down dog, pushing the hips up towards the ceiling and feeling nice and strong here. Lift the tailbone up towards the sky and push the floor and the mat away from you. We're going to come up onto our toes and start to round through the back. We're going to take the weight forwards, and as we do, gently start to take the hips down in towards the ground. So we're coming into our cobra or up dog if it feels comfy. If it feels a bit too much onto your back, we'll do a baby cobra instead. So keep the legs wider apart and take the hands down, coming into baby cobra. If it feels good, into your cobra or into your up dog. So you're lifting your legs up off of the ground, squeeze the shoulder blades together, push the chest forwards. Deep breath in. Exhale, if you're in your up dog, take the legs down. If you're in your baby cobra, so we're going to start with our first variation of our next pose. So if you're in your baby cobra, just think about lifting the legs up. So we're coming into a sort of bow pose, like starting off our bow pose here. If that feels good, maybe you can take one hand to one foot and back, and then the other hand to the other foot and back. If it feels too much, just lift through the chest using your back muscles and maybe bringing the legs in towards you. If you're in your cobra and bow pose is a bit much, just lifting the legs in towards the body. Don't think about getting your head towards your feet. Think about squeezing and rolling the shoulder blades together, pushing the chest forwards, and just bringing the legs in so you're getting a nice stretch into your chest. If you can come into your bow pose, we're going to start lying down, and we'll grab hold of the feet and lift up, so kicking into the hands, into your bow pose. Deep breath in and out. Squeeze the glutes, lift up high, and we'll slowly come all the way down. Hands come underneath the shoulders wherever you are, and we're going to lift up and back. So our knees are underneath our hips, they're hip width apart, tucking your tailbone under, squeezing the belly. We're going to take this into our camel pose. So let's take the left hand to the left leg. Maybe this is enough for you. You're just going to focus on lifting and pushing your hips forward, and maybe circling the chest up towards the ceiling. Option number 2, we're going to bring that right arm up and round. Again, maybe this feels enough for you. Maybe you can bring the right hand to the right leg or the right foot. Think about pushing, squeeze the shoulder blades together, the chest is up towards the ceiling. We're going to lift the left hand to bring yourself back and around. Tuck that tailbone back under. Take a second here, make sure that you're correcting through your spine and everything. So you're tucking your tailbone under first before we come into our tabletop. Hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. Let's walk the hands out in front. We're going to take this into our puppy pose. So we're lifting the tailbone here, making sure the hips are anchored over the knees, and slowly start to melt the chest down towards the ground. If you've got a yoga block, you can always place the block in between the hands to make sure they're the right distance apart, and then bring the chest down. If you don't have a yoga block, just make sure your hands are shoulder width apart. Breathing here. You can take the chest down, the chin down, the forehead down, whatever feels best. But keep lifting the tailbone up towards the ceiling. We'll take a breath in. We'll walk the hands in towards you, flex the toes, and we're picking up and back into your down dog. Lift the tailbone up high. We'll pick up the right leg to take this into our three-legged dog, up onto the ball of the left foot, and we'll bend into the right knee. We'll take the knee in towards the chin and the chest. We'll roll forwards, push through the shoulder blades, and step the foot between the hands. If it doesn't get there, picking it up from behind. And we're either coming into our high lunge, so our back knee is lifted, or a low lunge. If it's a little bit too much with your back knee lifted, take the back knee down. We're going to lift the arms up towards the ceiling, and then slowly start to take the shoulders and the arms behind the ears. Again, think about reaching the chest up tall. Deep breath in, reach through the hands, and then exhale to take them down. Let's take the back knee down, and we'll place the left hand on the inside of the right leg. And we're easy twisting here. If an easy twist feels good, again with your back knee down, you can lift up that leg. You can stay in this easy twist, or we're going to transition into our wild thing pose. So maybe you can lift up the right leg, step it back and behind, into your wheel, or wild thing I should say. Again, think about lifting and opening through the chest. Deep breath in. Exhale. We'll place the right hand down and we'll step into your down dog. We'll do a similar thing on the other side. So we're lifting the left leg this time into your three-legged dog, coming up onto the ball of the right foot and bending into your left knee. Scooping forward, spreading through the shoulder blades and stepping the foot in between the hands. If it doesn't quite get there, picking it up and stepping it through. Taking the back knee down if it feels comfortable, or maybe keeping that back leg up into your high lunge. Maybe taking the hands away is too much, or maybe you can bring them up, gaze and push. Imagine you're reaching for something towards the ceiling, and then maybe taking the arms back behind the ears, chest up towards the sky. Deep breath in. Exhale, right hand comes on the inside of the left leg, and we're coming into our easy twist. You can always take your back knee down if it feels easier. From here, you can step. You can either stay in this easy twist, or maybe you can start to lift the left leg, step it back into your wild thing. Think about lifting and opening through the chest, up and back. We're going to come back the way that we came, placing the left hand down, and then the left foot down to come into your down dog again. Deep breath in. Exhale to come onto the tiptoes. We'll bring the knees down. Untuck the toes. Chest comes down towards the legs. Deep breath in. And out. In. And out. Bring the heart rate back. Bring the breath back. Gaining control of the body. We'll walk the hands back in towards you. And if your back feels like it needs a little bit more, you can always lie down and squeeze the knees in towards the chest. If not, we're going to come into our cross-leg seat. Take the hands onto the knees. Roll the shoulders back and down. Take a deep breath in. And out. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. Take a second here to think of something that you're grateful or thankful for. Maybe it's something that you achieved, whether it's inside today's class or outside of the class. Just taking a moment to be grateful and thankful for you. And to thank yourself for showing up here today for you. We'll take one more deep breath in. And out. Namaste. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. It's a little bit more of a challenging flow, but it's so lovely to open up through the chest and through the heart. This is one that you can keep practicing as well. Such a beautiful, beautiful flow. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be more of a restorative kind of day, a really gentle stretch. Day 6, I'm so looking forward to it. It's the last physical asana class of this week, so that's really exciting. So I will see you tomorrow, and yeah, have a lovely rest of the day. Bye.